goodness, this just radiates off the plotter. This doesn't ask any questions. This tells me that it's Black Afgano from Nasomatto. It's a huge fragrance, and I need to take this off. There we go. The imposing Nasomatto's Black Afgano. This is a fragrance, and it's very interesting. It's very important, actually. It marks in niche perfumery a really bold turn towards maximalism and a bold turn towards a little bit of extravagance, actually. It plays on profane ideas, and this is inspired by hashish, which is the sort of resinous form of marijuana, on oud, which is a funky resinous note that derives from the Aquilaria tree, coffee, just really dark, intense, smoky notes. That said, Black Afgano is full of the most amazing synthetic notes. And yes, that's right. The second interesting thing about this fragrance is that it really pushed a movement towards an embrace of synthetics in a maximal overdose sort of way in sort of this era of niche perfumery. I get a lot of interesting amber molecules, ambroxanide, ambroxan, and this is one of the first fragrances to use it in a really profound way, and many have copied this style, but none have succeeded in robbing this fragrance of its place at the top of this heap. It's strong and smoky, and there's flecks of green, there's ebenol, which is a sandalwood molecule underneath, there's Texan cedarwood, there's labdanum. So when you wear and when you smell this fragrance, it's less of a liquid, it's less of an aroma, in as much as it is a aromatic paste or a resinous product. Really profound. It's designed to capture or induce a state of bliss in the same way that narcotics intend to do so. Really, really profound and striking. No mistaking this one. I think this is a fragrance that would take a week off and tell no one where it's going, because it's you know, it's such a character. And yet it's almost private and mysterious. This is going somewhere wild, somewhere different, somewhere off the beaten track. I think this fragrance would go spelunking through dark caves and just places that you would not expect. It would have to be a Doberman with a very spiky collar, because it's big, it's imposing, but you know, once you've got to know it a little bit, it's not so scary after all. A legal occupation, I think we should specify this much. Possibly does a few things on the side. It has a lot of odd jobs, I think is what I want to say with this one. But its day job, I'm thinking of someone like Neo from The Matrix. He works in an office during the day, but he's a hacker or something like that in the nighttime. There's coffee in this fragrance, but I don't want to go so far as saying an espresso martini. This is drinking some dark, strong Amaro. I'm going to say Fernet Branca. It's resinous, it's sticky, and it's not for everybody. 10, no questions asked. It is potent, it is serious, and it is anchored by some amazing synthetics. Sillage is, it's there. It's a case of how much you want to spray, but a little too heavy on the trigger finger and you've got a very strong 10 Sillage. For some people, 30 mils might not seem like a lot in this format, but it is super concentrated. I know some people like to spray like crazy. That's personally what I like to do. So I'd say this is it depends on perspective. So it's either a 4 or an 8, but I'm going to even that out and say 6. We're appealing to some, again, classically masculine coded ideas, such as the oud note, which admittedly has been rendered in feminine ways more recently, but this marked a supremely masculine style. I do know a few women that wear this one actually, but masculine coded for sure.